I've hit so many goals in life. And now my goal is to put music out I still believe that people want to hear. I feel like that my music historically will always put smiles on people's faces and continue to try to make people happy and smile and come together, and really love the aspect of doing all that under a live music setting. And I really just love being out here and watching people have fun. I look back and I'm proud about the whole climb to get here. I had plans to move to Nashville at 20 years old, and my brother passed away, and I think at 20 I would have processed it all a lot differently with a lot less maturity. And so I think when I moved to Nashville when I was 25, I could read people better. I could navigate the shady crowd or these people, and I could sit back and go, so I think it helped me a lot in those aspects. I mean, I don't think you're ever going to enter into the music business without making some immature mistakes, and it's just going to happen, especially when you drink a lot of beer. You're going to make mistakes, but the main thing, I do think, 31, it was time for me to focus and work hard and do my best. And I look back, I mean, it would have been nice to have been 24, 25, being a little younger back then, but I can't go back and question any of the stars or fate at how it all shaped out. I mean, I look back and I'm able to take memories from college and from spring break trips to fraternity parties and football games, and I'm able to put that into my work. I'm able to take, working in ag and working on the farm and working for my dad. I'm able to talk about that in my music, and I'm able to talk about just a really kind of a broad perspective of life, from hard work to having tremendous loss in our life with, people that we've lost in our families. So, I think the main thing is just try to do your best to tell your story in the most authentic and believable way and the most relatable way. And I think as people learn who I am, or they already know who I am as an artist, you grow as an artist. So now I have to continue to grow as an artist and still share a new perspective on where I'm at after all these years, and hopefully the fans will still be there to hear what I got to say.
Time to get our buzz on. All them other boys want to wind you up and take you downtown.
Most of my life, I've always been a pretty optimistic person. Really wake up in pretty good moods until something comes crashing down on my mood. But for the most part, I'm always happy, and I've always been happy on stage, and I've always really been myself on stage. Like, I don't go into some meditation before I go on stage and become something that I'm not. I just kind of roll through the day, go do my deal, and go up there. And I think the most important thing to do as an artist is connect with your fans, be happy, smile with your fans, and be yourself. And on your good days, your fans will have your back. And when you have days you're a little under the weather or you didn't put your best show on, they'll be there for you on those bad days too. Anytime you can be in the music business and start, stacking a few years up, and you still get to really enjoy high volumes of people, massive amounts of people coming out to your concerts, selling out venues and amphitheaters, and it still feels good. I mean, I've always told myself the day that it didn't feel like the fans were like freaking out to come to shows, I would probably, hang the old hat up, but it doesn't feel that way. And this year we decided to take out a lot of younger acts for their first kind of major tours that they've been on. So it's been a pretty fun summer so far, and just having fun out here on the road. I think nothing feels better than have a really beautiful core fan base that really supports you, and I'm so blessed by that. I'm so appreciative of that, And when people are like, God, you look like you're having so much fun on stage, it's because it's not an act. I'm not up there like, oh, I got to ham it up or turn it on for these people. It's just, I'm in the moment, I'm having fun, and I'm feeding off their energy, and the more they give me, the more I try to give back. The main thing with me is when I had 100 people in the room, I had a blast. I loved it. I was trying to win 100 people over. And tonight it'll be the same thing. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna embrace it. I'm gonna love it. And the day that you quit loving it and it becomes something you just dread, then it's time to move on. And thankfully, I've never had those feelings.
Thank you, Las Vegas. Resorts World, thank you.
I mean, I think Vegas, there's a big percentage of the crowd that they're just coming to see what a country show is like. And the beauty of Vegas is it's a big visual, eye-popping show, but then I break it down and play piano and guitar, and I go off the cuff. And 20,000 people out here tonight, if I go rogue, like, you'll lose them. Like, you got to give them the big show. But when I'm in Vegas, if I want to spend 20 minutes playing songs on piano, you have them. There's 5,000 people in a theater. So I've really enjoyed being able to showcase the ability to tell jokes, cut up with some people, play guitar, play piano, and go off the cuff a little bit. I mean, I think when you look at the history of Vegas, as everybody across the board has converged on Vegas, and it's the entertainment capital of the world. And for me to ride up and down the strip and see my show up in lights, and to be competing against Adele and Usher and Keith Urban, and I want people to leave my show going, that was so amazing to watch, and I think we've been able to do that. This is my 5th year doing this, and that is my favorite female country voice I've heard in 5 years. I never could have imagined being on TV, how that amplifies your reach as someone, I guess, as a celebrity. It's really special when people, fans of the show, they say that, they're like, we didn't really know your music, but we love your work and how you and Lionel and Katie do American Idol. It's very rewarding for me because we want it to be that way, and we want the viewers to really appreciate it, and I think they do. So yeah, I mean, it's put me in a whole nother level of opportunities and situations where you can really do great things with it. And I love the role. I'm really don't look back and have any regrets for being a part of American Idol. It's all, when you see a kid walk in and you can see their whole career unfold in front of them, it's pretty special stuff.
No need to forget, no need to forget. I know your mistakes, and
If you'd have told me that before I took the American Idol gig that I would have cried in front of millions of Americans, I'm not there trying to put on this tough guy, country guy, farm guy. I'm there to get involved in the emotion of the show. We're a pretty happy family and have fun. The boys are, the beauty of having my nephew and my 2 boys is they're all collectively different people, which adds more personality. I mean, my nephew, he's 21, so we find ourselves floating in a boat, drinking a beer together, and we've never really done that much, but he's 21 now, and my 15-year-old, he's almost as big as me, and my 12-year-old, he's about to be 13, and he's the baby, so we all love on him like a baby. But to them, I'm just dad. I mean, I never will forget, for Father's Day, my 15-year-old, he goes, "Happy Father's Day, Dad," to the guy that has more fun than anybody. Which, that was, I loved that quote. And so yeah, I mean, they totally understand it now. I mean, when they start Googling Dad's accomplishments and reading all the chatter about what the net worth of all this is, and you have to sit down and really clarify a lot of stuff with them. But so as they get a little older, they start understanding, some of that stuff, which is pretty silly. But when I get home, they don't care. They don't care if I've sold out 10 shows or whatever. They just want to go hang with dad and do boy and father and son dad stuff, and it's special when we can all do it together. I think, in the years to come, I've got children that are going into middle school, high school. They're big athletes and they want me around more. So I'm just gonna juggle stuff like that and be around. And I've been really working hard my whole career. And when I say the word slow down because things have been tough, it just means to, back some things down and kind of use the word no a little more and don't feel guilty by that. But I feel like I'm in better shape than I've ever been. I feel like I'm singing better than I ever have. And you always gotta, as you get older in life, there's places I haven't traveled to yet that you gotta start taking some time and thinking about stuff like that.